up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Lee Nasty. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that I have been thinking about a lot since I left Vegas, and it is why I left Vegas. What is the reason? Vegas was my dream. You know, starting off, I was like, I'm moving to Vegas. The first time I went to Vegas was in summer of 2020, and I literally just fell in love. I was only there for a week, but during that week, I got to see just a different way of living, you know, just a different way of how people, you know, interact, and, you know, different weather, different food. Oh my God, the food, so good. I just got to see just life through a different lens, you know, and that was something that I had craved since a kid. Ever since I was little, I knew that Delaware was not, you know, it wasn't it. I was raised in Delaware. I had lived in Delaware all my life up until, you know, last year when I finally did move. I was just like, I gotta get out of here. At the time that I had made my decision, I was actually doing very, very well for myself. I had my own place. I literally could basically work whenever I wanted to. I didn't really have to worry about money. But for some reason, I was still so unhappy with my life. You know, I was bored. I felt stuck. I was uncomfortable. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to go out in my state because I'm like, I've seen it all. You know, I've seen it all, done it all. It's Delaware. It's just time for something else. You know, I was over it, and I'm still over it, even though I'm back, but whatever. So the moment when I decided I'm leaving was in 2020. It was in, I want to say it was on Thanksgiving when I officially told like my mom and all my sisters, because we were all together at the same place. So I was like, this is the perfect day to tell them, hey guys, I'm out. My mom, she took it pretty well. The very first time that I had told her, hey, this is what I'm doing. You know, I'm literally moving across the country. You know, I'm leaving. She was like, okay, like if that's what you want to do, you know, I support you, I'm proud of you. I don't know how to describe it. Something about Vegas really, really fed me. It fed me in a way that it scratched that itch that I had for so long, that craving for something more, for something new. I was like, I'm really doing this. I'm really doing this. I'm really giving up my life, this life that I have created, which I'm very proud of. I decided this is what I need to do with my life. Even if I'm making the wrong decision, which I don't believe there are wrong decisions, there's just choices. You know, we just make choices. But anyway, I decided I'm gonna pull the trigger on this. I'm going to be a resident of Nevada. I was excited. I was hyped. I was telling everybody I knew, all my coworkers. I was like, I don't know about you, but I'm moving to Vegas. Hey, guess what? I'm moving to Vegas. If somebody called me, I'm like, hello, hey, I'm moving to Vegas. What's up? Vegas was hard. It was hard. But as equally as it was hard, it was amazing. And I say that because Vegas really showed me what I was made of. I grew so much being there. I went through a lot. Personally, financially, mentally. It definitely took a toll on my mental health a little bit, but I know that I have come out so much stronger from it. And it's not even the city itself, it was the situation. My situation, like how things were playing out, because it could have happened anywhere. You know, it was just because I was in Vegas, I was having a hard time. Like, no, it could have literally been anywhere. So basically, like I said, I had put in my 60-day notice. I had been notifying my job that I was moving. So I was applying for transfers, I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 months up until I actually got on the road to leave for Vegas, because I drove with my sister. I didn't fly. I had my car shipped. I drove with her and we drove across the country. It took us about like 4 days to get there because we did end up stopping at 2 hotels on the way. One in Tennessee and the other in New Mexico. Yeah, so I'm notifying my job. I'm like, hey, I'm moving. I need to get a position lined up out there. I applied for these positions that are open. You know, what's going on the East Coast. So basically I had to figure it out myself. I had given up everything. I had given up my family life, my home, my apartment. I had basically given up my job unbeknownst to me. So now I was out here in this new city, 3,000 miles from home. The only family I have here is my sister. No mom, no dad. I gotta figure this out. And luckily Vegas is a big, big place. There's always somebody hiring, whether or not it's a job that I want, there's a job available that I can get. But I really didn't want to leave. But also I was very nervous because the income situation just wasn't working out for me at the time. You know, every month I was seeing my bank account do this. My debt was doing this. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision and I'm going to say, let's just go ahead and move back home. I don't want to. Of course, I don't want to give up Vegas for anybody or anything. You know, I'm finally here. You know, it's taken me, 26 years to do this. But I feel like if I'm gonna do this, I wanna do it the right way. I wanna do it in a way that I don't have to constantly worry every single day. I don't wanna be, stressed out. I wanna enjoy my life here. I don't want to be, out somewhere and everybody's partying, having a good time, and I'm here, like, how am I gonna pay my rent? I didn't wanna be in that mindset, and I was getting very close to that. Granted, I'm very good with my money. I like to shop, as much as the next girl. Obviously. So I was like, I'm reaching my threshold to where I'm getting very uncomfortable with how much money I have saved up, how much money I've had to spend on rent and utilities and bills. These jobs are just, they're not working out. I find myself, quitting jobs every other month. I cannot keep doing this. By the time I decided to leave, I was at a job that it was probably one of the worst. I said, okay, I gotta make a choice. Either I'm gonna stay at this job that I'm at and be unhappy and tough it out until I can find something better, to the point where I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck at that point. I definitely didn't want to be there. For the sake of my sanity, for the sake of my finances, I think we should move back. But before I, quit the most recent job that I had in Vegas, I made sure to line up a job in Delaware first. I was like, I am not going to be in the same situation that I was here. But what happened was my lease was up that February, the first week of February, but the job that I had secured, I had to be back in Delaware, I think like 2 weeks early. So I literally had to move all of my stuff out 2 weeks early. What I would have had a month to do, I had 2 weeks to do. So in that time, I sold my bed, I sold my desk, I sold my dressers. I made it happen. I had to show up for orientation on January 26th. I was back in Delaware January 14th, and my lease was up on February 4th. To kind of give you a timeline of the original plan versus, the spontaneous, just getting up and moving again. That's what I did. And I've been working there ever since. I'm in a new place. I was staying with my mom for the first 5 months. I love my mom to death, but I'm not gonna say it was rough. It just wasn't ideal. That was literally the first time I had went back home in like 7 years. I moved out when I was 21. Here I am coming back at almost 28. It didn't feel good. It just wasn't a good feeling. It was a good feeling knowing that I was safe. I was back around family. I was back around love. But mentally, it messed me up a lot in how I felt about myself. Everybody comes up on hard times. Like, there's no way why I should have been so hard on myself or why I am so hard on myself, but I am. I felt like I was failing. I felt like I was failing in Vegas, and I felt like I was failing because I came back. When in reality, I would have been doing myself a disservice by not coming back, because I needed my people, basically. I needed somebody to talk to. I was just very mean to myself. At the time, I didn't give myself enough credit. I felt dumb for spending all my money, even though I was literally trying to survive. Like, it was a human necessity to do the things that I was doing, but I still was just like, but also proud of myself too. I was proud that I did it, and that was a big thing when I came back. I had to tell myself, Leah, you are doing great. You're doing great. You're doing wonderful. You have done things that most people haven't done who are twice your age. Because I did. I felt like I was back at square one. You know, I was back at my mom's. There's nothing wrong with living with your parents. But I know for me, I needed to be back in my own space. I needed to be surrounded by my things, you know, my vibe, my own decorations. And I couldn't do that at my mom's house. I had to keep half of my stuff still in my car. All of my shoes were still in my trunk. I was riding around every day with all of my shoes in my trunk. Yeah, like it was rough. You know, I went to my dad for advice a lot, and I was, you know, telling him all my Vegas stories, and he was just so, he still is, he's so proud of me. He used to live in Vegas before I was born. He lived there in the 80s because he was stationed there in the military. He would always just say like, I'm so proud to see that this came full circle, because he was gonna go back. And then for me to say, hey, I'm moving to Vegas, he was really proud of me. And that was a good feeling to know that not only was I living my dream, but I was also making my dad proud at the same time. And that was another reason why I didn't want to come back. I just feel like it's necessary to really post real stuff, you know? Adulting is real. Moving, you know, leaving your family, being away from your comfort zone, you know, thriving in a new environment. People don't realize what it takes to do that. Or maybe they do, and that's why so many people actually don't do it. I see why people never leave their hometown, because it really does take a lot. It takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of faith, patience to kind of rebuild your life. You're really starting from scratch. Getting acclimated, you know, learning the roads, learning how to get around, learning landmarks, how other people drive is a big thing. The crime areas, like learning, you know, areas to stay away from. Making friends was a big thing for me. I didn't make many friends. My situation kind of overshadowed any chance to meet new people or any desire to even meet new people. Because I was like, look, I gotta pay these bills. I'm not worried about making friends. I'm not worried about going out, spending more money that I don't have. I had tunnel vision, and I was just like, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. You know, I gotta figure out my life. And I think that the choice I made was definitely the best one for me. I'm working a lot more. I'm working a lot of overtime. Once I'm comfortable, I'm gonna decide what's next. Delaware was just kind of was the reset for me. My update now, I am in my own place, just making money. I'm staying out of the way. I'm not really into the party scene here because there's not much to it. And I'm fine with missing events because right now I know that I'm on a mission. As of right now, I might be going back to Vegas only because, you know, I've already lived there, very familiar with it. I know the area, the pricing of, you know, rent, things like that. But I did fall in love with New Mexico. I am thinking about moving there, maybe somewhere in Arizona. Maybe like Phoenix or Scottsdale area. They have the mountains and, you know, the weather that I am looking to get back to. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and comment. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support has been amazing. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one.